Welcome to the Draft Professor. I am here today with Donovan James. Donovan, it's been a while since you've been on a Draft Professor podcast, but it is great to see you. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Thank you for having me here. It's been a while. Yeah, this is Senior Bowl week. Just got the two Super Bowl teams locked in, so I'm excited. Happy to be on the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, appreciate having you here. And Draft Professor right now is we're going to, different fans of different teams that want to come on and do some mock drafts with us. And you had mentioned that you wanted to do some Jaguars mocks. What do you see as the Jaguars' needs as we enter the draft season with where the roster is right now?
There's a few obviously coming off a playoff. Not win, sadly, but playoff appearance and AFC South Championship is great, but still a young team that needs to improve. There's a few needs. I would say up front in the trenches on both sides, defensive line, definitely could add another edge rusher and another defensive tackle to have some juice there. Obviously, love Trayvon Walker and what he's turned into, and then Josh Hines Allen's one of the best in the world to me. Ark Armstead is up there in age, as everybody knows. He's been playing for a long time, so to have somebody alongside him, somebody next to Devon Hamilton would be great, and just add depth to that team that's already pretty solid up front, but could add some more depth there. And then offensive line, I think the offensive line overachieved. I don't know if they will play at that level again. Cole Van Lannon was great. Ezra played really good. Ezra Cleveland, of course, but Anton Harrison was up and down. He's pretty good for most of the year. Had some injuries. Hainsey had some injuries, but definitely can build some depth on the O line. So those are like the two biggest needs, and then corner as well. It'd be nice to have some people in the secondary, add another corner, add some safety depth too, and then linebacker for sure. So a lot of stuff on the defensive side more so. I would say
Awesome.
backup
Okay.
quarterback would be cool too, and running back, but we'll see. Hopefully ETN stays, and obviously Trevor's stamped at quarterback, but we'll get some maybe some depth upgrade backup quarterback position from Nick Mullins possibly.
Okay. So that was a laundry list of positions, and I'm sure we're going to have a chance to talk about players in the draft at nearly all of them. So the Jaguars don't have a first round pick. So we're going to end up doing what's known as a second round challenge. So I picked second round challenge. I've checked the box, flipped the Jaguars, and a second round challenge is 10 unique 2-round drafts. And the simulator won't let Donovan pick the same player twice. So I'm going to go through the players that were picked before the Jaguars pick. There's going to be 55 names I'm going to read off. But that way, if Donovan says, well, is that player available? I've at least gone through it once. So round
Thanks.
one is Mendoza, Bain, Reese, Tate, Maui, Noah, Fano, Downs, Tyson, Styles, Bailey, Delane, Lomu, Sadiq, Lemon, Falk, Woods, Parker, Love, Ione, Allen, Terrell, Pregnon, Proctor, Boston, Banks, Concepcion, Ian Acor, Thieneman, McCoy, World, McDonald, Simpson, Chambliss, Surratt, Chris Johnson, Chase Basantis, Abney, Tiernan, Hood, Howell, Halsey, Young, Dunker, Orange, Bernard, Trigg, Hill, Anthony Hill Jr., Brazel, Kilgore, Lou, Freeling, Julian Neal, Omar Cooper Jr., Brandon Cisse, Kamari Ramsey, and the Jaguars are on the clock.
Okay, here we go.
So what positions or players do you think you'd be looking at here at pick 56?
I'm still thinking about how we need, that was fast too. Thank you. I'm still, yeah, that was really fast. I'm still looking at a edge rusher or a defensive tackle up front. That's my main two, and then corner. I so those three positions, I would say.
Okay, so what edges do you have graded like close to the top 50 that you'd want to see if they were still on the board?
Let's see edges. Let's see on my board here. They got it. Now an edge. I don't know if you mentioned. I have to refresh my memory bank. If you said Akeem Mesidor, I think you did though.
No, Mesidor is available.
Okay, you didn't say Akeem Mesidor. You didn't
Correct.
say
So,
you
like,
didn't say Dennis Sutton yet. I don't believe.
correct. So you would take Dennis Sutton pretty close to the top 50.
Yeah, I would have Mesidor higher than Sutton though. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the highest I've heard somebody on Dennis Sutton, and that's why we have these conversations.
No, yeah, I'm high on him still. I know he didn't have the best year ever, but I'm still high on him. I still have him around that 40 to 60 range. He's like a fringe top
Okay.
50 player. I could see him still going in that 40 to 50 range, but he might drop to about, I wouldn't put him past 60,
Okay.
overall. So 75, I've seen him that low, and that's too low for my taste. And he's not a first round guy, but he's definitely a second rounder to me.
And
Second
then
to third.
at pick 56, Kristen Miller and Lee Hunter are also both available. So
Like
if
both
you
of
had to,
like
if
both
you had
of
to
us.
choose between Kristen Miller, Lee Hunter, Mesidor, and Dennis Sutton,
Mm.
are those four good options for the Jaguars?
Those are four good options. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which of those do you have graded highest?
I have Mesidor
Okay.
graded
So
highest.
I'm gonna and let's take some notes here. Mesidor right now is player 132 on the Jaguars board. So this will make for a great demonstration at the end of the podcast. Okay?
Perfect.
So when you pick somebody on the simulator, they move up the board. So we're going to see Mesidor probably right around player 70 or 80 when we're done with this. Now, the simulator, we make the second round pick. The simulator immediately kicks us into the second mock, and 10 picks before the Jags are on the clock, Mesidor gets sniped. So most of the time when you do the second round challenge, you should see the same edges available. So, for example, Dennis Sutton is also available. And then Hunter and Miller are also available. So if you had to pick between Kristen Miller, Lee Hunter, and Dennis Sutton, does one of those guys jump off the board to you?
I would say Kristen Miller would be my pick out of those three.
Okay. So we will
Yeah.
do Miller next.
I like Kristen Miller. I think he has first round talent. I think when I was on your show, we talked defensive tackles last time, if I'm not mistaken. When I had the last time you had me on, so I would go with Kristen Miller. I know he got banged up a little bit this year, but he has a first round talent, and that's a guy definitely keep an eye on for the combine for sure. So I would go with him.
Okay. Simulator immediately gives us the third mock, Donovan. You're going to notice a trend. So Mesidor gets sniped. Kristen Miller gets sniped before your pick. They are not available.
Oh man.
Okay. Yep. And we're going to be doing this 10 times. Right.
Okay.
So Dennis Sutton is available. On the defensive line side, Dominique Orange fell this time, and Lee Hunter is available.
You said Sutton's available, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sutton next. Then
And you would take him over Dominique Orange and Lee Hunter.
I would.
Okay. So you see, you're making this easy because you had a library list of players. You know who you're targeting. It's nice to do this with somebody that's got a good idea of where they value specific players on the board. So, okay, so the simulator does the fourth mock. Mesidor, Miller, Dennis Sutton are sniped before the Jaguars pick at 56. Orange is available. Hunter is available. Are there other edges that you like at pick 56?
I think somebody, don't know if you mentioned him again. I'll say his name. If you mentioned, you had to mention Cassius Howell, right? Probably a long time ago.
So Howell went picks 32 to Seattle.
Yeah, okay, I figured that. And then R. Mason Thomas, actually. Yeah.
So R. Mason Thomas, Joshua Josephs, and Romello Height are all available.
Okay. And Romello Height and Mikael Kamara. As
Kamara
well.
is available as well. Yes.
Okay. Romello Height, man, for sure.
Okay.
That's the guy that I thought he was gone already, but yeah, I'm glad I asked. So yeah, Romello Height for sure would be my next pick. I love, what he's about the past few years. I know he's bounced around Auburn, USC, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, but what a hell of a year at Texas Tech this past year. Really came into his own. So yeah, I would pick him.
Okay. So the simulator starts the fifth mock. Mesidor, Miller, Dennis Sutton, Height all sniped before the Jaguars were on the clock at 56. So R. Mason Thomas, Joshua Josephs, Mikael Kamara, all available. And on the defensive line side, Lee Hunter is also available this time.
Me, R. Mason Thomas.
Okay. Okay, so now we've done 5 of the 10 mocks in the second round challenge. So Mesidor, Miller, Dennis Sutton, Height, and R. Mason Thomas are all sniped by the simulator before the Jaguars are on the clock. So, for example, you can see Jalen Kilgore dropped in this mock. He had not been previously available, right? So Emmanuel McNeil Warren is available. I don't know that he was previously available in the earlier mocks either. And then the other edges that are available would include Joshua Josephs and Mikael Kamara.
Mikael Kamara would be the next choice then. Before I kind of would maybe move off that position and go to a different one, honestly.
Okay. And that's kind of what we're driving to. So sooner or later, the board will dry up. So Mesidor, Miller, Dennis Sutton, Height, R. Mason Thomas, Mikael Kamara. You can see all of them will be sniped before the Jaguars are on the clock. What would the Jaguars do if your preferred defensive linemen are not available?
I know we went a lot of edge. I might move inside, honestly. Inside, I don't love this class inside, but I think it's a bigger need than edge, honestly. I just don't love the class to be fair, but
So
and I
Lee
know.
Hunter,
Go
like,
ahead.
do you have a round 2 grade on Lee Hunter?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a round 2 grade on Lee Hunter.
Any other defensive lineman that you have a round 2 grade on?
I'm trying to see about defensive tackles, I would say, because there's a couple. I do like this edge class. Like, even we've kind of gone over a lot of names, but he's probably. You know what? No, you said Dominic Orange was still there though, right?
Well, Orange was available on a couple of them, but he's not available
He's not
this
anymore.
time.
And Xavier Harris.
Xavier Harris should be available.
Okay, well, that would be my next choice then.
Okay, so we'll go Xavier Harris, and I will do. Taking a quick note, because if you look, he's 97th on the Jaguars board. So I just put that into the chat to kind of take a note. And when we're done with the exercise, I will show you the significance of doing one of these challenges with the player board. So, okay, so we did Xavier Harris. So we just did 7 mocks. We're in the 8th mock. And in the 8th one, you see Mesidor, Miller, and all the players you like have been sniped. You're on the board at pick 56. Josiah Trotter, for example, is available. Right, and linebacker was a position that you may have mentioned. I don't know what your grade is on Trotter.
I like Trotter.
Emmanuel McNeil Warren is available. as well, and he wasn't available originally. And safety was another position that you mentioned. D'Angelo Pons is there. Julian Neal is there. But what are you thinking at pick 56 here?
Um,
Oh, and Orange is available in this one.
Orange is available.
Yes.
I would say D'Angelo Pons would be a great fit for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
A perfect fit, really. Yeah, D'Angelo Pons from Indiana.
Okay. So that was the 8th mock. We have 2 more to go. And basically, when you do a second round challenge, by the time you get to like the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, you might be digging for players that you like for your team, because you can see all the players that Donovan has selected were the players that went immediately before the Jaguars pick. So if you can't select any of the first 8 players, Donovan, who would be next on your board for the Jaguars?
Got to look at this. Is a guy I personally like. I know he's had some ups and downs, but Tim Keenan the third from Alabama.
And you like Keenan in round 2?
I do. I know that's crazy, but I do.
I asked it. Everybody's board is their board. You are by far the highest I've heard of anybody on Tim Keenan.
No, I am. I know. Yeah. I know.
Okay. And then if all 9 of those players are off the board, what would you do for the Jaguars?
No, it's funny. I kind of want to go. No, I don't want to do that. Actually, yeah, no. I would say, let me see how we look at offensive guard.
Okay.
Flip it on that side.
So
Armaje Reed Adams is probably gone, but I'll say his name.
No, Reed Adams will definitely be here.
He's there? Okay.
So you have a round 2 on Reed Adams?
I do, and his teammate Chase.
Do you like Zune or Adams higher?
Say that again.
Do you like Trey Zune or Armaj Reed Adams more?
Armaje Reed Adams.
Okay. So this will be another great one. So Reed Adams. So if you notice, he's 363. He will not be 363 when we're done. So I'm looking at that number right there. So anytime you pick somebody on this simulator, they move up. So my first advice is also ignore the grades. Okay. So Donovan he was the first one, for example, to pick Romello Height to the Jaguars. So Romello Height's going to have to move up a little bit. Anybody else that takes Reed or Height to the Jaguars, your grade is going to be a lot better than this. So the more you pick a player, the higher their grade. The grading is all based upon, do other people agree with your pick? Okay.
That's fair.
And okay, so if we go to team needs here, give this a second to build. It's doing a little bit of calculations behind the scenes, but I will show you what that just did. So if we scroll to the Jaguars, pretty close to the bottom of the list. And now we go look up Armaj Reed Adams. He was 363 when Donovan made the pick. He just moved up to player 55.
Value, man. I like both of those A&M boys inside at guard. So
Xavier Harris was 97. He's now 45. Mesidor was 132.
Very high on Mesidor. Yeah.
He's 50. Okay. So if we look, and I'm going to go to about the 5th page here. So you can see, for example, Tim Keenan's here, Akeem Mesidor's here, Romello Height's here, R. Mason Thomas. The players that Donovan picked have moved up the Jaguars board. So the higher they are on the board, the more likely they are to be mocked to the Jaguars when other simulator users do their mocks. So Donovan did like that went what it took us 20 minutes to do 10 mocks. You feeling pretty good?
Yeah, that's not too bad. I thought I was gonna be. It was a little bit. Yeah, it was perfect. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
I said we were gonna do 10 mocks, and he's like, oh my God, what did I sign up
But
for?
no, but there's so many other guys like man that could have went like I don't want to tip my hat, but like there's a bunch of especially guards. Like I'm looking at my guard board, I'm like, oh man, there's a lot more guards. I didn't even get to the offensive guards. I really only said two names. So yeah, we got a lot of guys to go for sure.
Okay. So we're gonna do another advanced draft professor mock draft. So I flipped on this button at the bottom here called fanatic mode, and I'm bumping it up to 8. So Donovan and I are gonna do 8 Jaguars mocks, and we're gonna do 3 rounds. So Donovan and I chatted a little bit before the podcast. Usually we like to go like to rounds 4 or 5, but the Jaguars have 3 third-round picks. So this is actually going to be kind of a challenge because Donovan's going to need 24 players that he thinks the Jaguars would target in round 3. So, like, I don't want to give anybody that comes on the podcast like a big headache. I'll give you a little one, but not a big one, right?
No, you're
So
good. You're good. Hey, it's
we're
all
going to
good.
go Jaguars, fanatic mode. We're going to do 8 3-round mocks. And we're going to turn this baby loose. Did I not hit the button? There we go. Okay. Got to learn how to click the mouse. So the simulator is going to go through the round 1, that it went through last time. It's going to take us all the way to the Jaguars pick. And fanatic mode means you cannot pick the same player twice. So if you notice, D'Angelo Pons is the highest player on the Jaguars board. He was not higher than Brian Parker, but because we skipped Parker every time
Oh, yeah.
last time, Parker dropped, but you can see Pons here. You can see Kristen Miller. He was not this close to the top before, right? Xavier Harris wasn't this close to the top. Neither was R. Mason Thomas. Neither was Romello Height, Tim Keenan, Akeem Mesidor. All the guys that Donovan liked pretty much got to the first page. You can see Dennis Sutton, Kamara, Armaj Reed Adams. See how the guys you like got to close to the top?
Yeah.
And that only took one mock draft for them to go to the top. So here we are. Donovan, who would be your second round pick? I think the last time you took Mesidor. You like Mesidor over Height and R. Mason Thomas, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I'm going to do Mesidor here, and I'm just going to make another note in the chat that Mesidor was 50. So if you pick the players in the order you like them, meaning if you like Mesidor more than Height, pick Mesidor first, and you'll eventually begin to see that the simulator will mimic the order of your draft board. It may not happen after one mock, but if you do this a couple of times, you should see your board look like that when the simulator is going through. And then it takes us to the 3rd round pick. And you see like Xavier Harris is close to the top in round 3. Tim Keenan is there. You see some of the other edges you like. Armaj Reed Adams is there. Thoughts on what you would do in round 3 here?
You said Armaj Reed Adams is there.
Correct, at pick 81.
That's the guy I got to go with first then because, like I said, trenches. We get Mesidor as my number one prospect for that 2nd round pick, but Amars Reed Adams playing inside at guard, play left guard, right guard, either one would be great upgrade.
Okay.
And contend maybe for the starting spot for sure.
Okay, so you've gone Mesidor, Reed Adams. You have another round 3 pick. What else
Yeah.
would you look at?
Now, this is kind of a luxury pick. It's not really a need, and Jags fans would probably hate me for even doing this, but it is what it is. I like to get cute a little bit, and so does Gladstone. It would be Zachariah Branch, but I think I just saw his name pretty high, so he's probably not there.
He is not available.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He went to the Falcons. The Falcons need a lot of wide receiver help.
Yeah, no, that makes sense completely. That was just a little luxury pick there. I
Any
would
other round 3, like Jacoby Lane is there round 3, Antonio Williams is there round 3.
I would go Michael Taffy at safety. Go Michael Taffy. I
He's
think he can
gone.
replace.
He's
Oh
on.
man, Keontae Scott at safety. Probably gone too. But.
Yeah, I'll verify that. But Scott, some people like Scott top 50. He's there. You got him.
Okay.
Okay, so you've gone Mesidor, Reed Adams, Keontae Scott. You have one more pick, the Mr. Irrelevant of a 3-round mock. The Jaguars have pick 100. What would you do?
Mystery relevant of the 3rd-round mock. No, that's funny. Oh man,
I'm glad you found that funny.
No, it was. It was funny.
So Harris and Keenan are both there at the end of round 3.
You said Keenan's there?
Both of them, yep. Keenan and Xavier Harris.
I would go Keenan then. I would definitely go Keenan. I do like Jack Kelly a lot, and that's kind of where I was looking at. But if Keenan's still there, yeah, we got to go Keenan.
Good. So we've got 7 more of these to go. I guarantee you're going to be able to talk about some other guys that you like.
No, yeah, for sure. There's a bunch of names. I'm getting excited about it for sure.
Okay. So the Jaguars are on the clock at 56. The simulator has started the second mock as part of Fanatic mode. Mesidor, who Donovan picked last time, has been sniped 7 picks before the Jaguars are on the clock. So if you can't pick Mesidor, you were looking at either, I think last time you picked Kristen Miller.
I did.
Over R. Mason Thomas and Romello Height and Dennis Sutton and Kamara.
I did. I had Miller. Yeah.
Okay. So you like Miller here?
I do.
Okay. So we'll do Kristen Miller in round 2. And then in round 3, you see some of the edges you like. So Romello Height, Dennis Sutton, Kamara are all there.
Oh, Romello Height.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if we look at pick 88, let's see, who was your pick before? So that was Romello. So I'm looking to see, who did you pick? Oh, Armaj Reed Adams. So Armaj Reed Adams should have been sniped before your pick. There he is. So Armaj Reed Adams and Keontae Scott, who you picked last time, have been sniped from you.
Okay, that's fine. There's a lot of guards, all the offensive guards I like.
Yep.
So the next guard I would say would be DJ Campbell out of Texas.
So I'm sure there he is. So, okay, another good one. Campbell is 322. Okay, so we've done Kristen Miller, Romello Height, DJ Campbell. What would you do with pick 100?
Pick 100. Let's see. You know what? I would go with a little bit of more depth at the guard position and pick another guard. And I haven't named him yet. It would be Keelan Rutledge, Georgia Tech.
There you go. So the
I'm
Jags,
a really big fan of Keelan Rutledge, so.
Okay. Okay, so the simulator is now giving us the 3rd mock. It's going to take us to the Jaguars pick at 56. You can see that Mesidor and Miller have been sniped before your pick at 56. So I think last time you ended up taking like Dennis Sutton here, maybe. When you did the 2nd round challenge, I thought he may have been the 3rd guy that you liked. But what edges do you like between R. Mason Thomas, Mikel Kamara, and Dennis Sutton?
Dennis Sutton. Slightly Dennis Sutton over Kamara.
Okay. So it's Danny Dennis Sutton from Penn State in round 2. Xavier Harris is at the top of the board for the round 3 pick. Or is there a player like Taff is available? He wasn't available later in round 2, but that was another player that you wanted last time, but when I looked for him, he wasn't there.
I do like Michael Taff a lot.
Okay. So you like Taff over Harrison Kamara? In round 3.
Yeah, I do. Slow, man. It's by a hair over Kamara. Yes, I go Michael Taff.
Okay. So we've done.
Just fits what we need, and losing probably Andrew Wingard in free agency would be a perfect replacement. So,
okay. So Danny Dennis Sutton, Michael Taff. Are there other offensive linemen that you like in round 3?
Yeah, there is. He's Austin Barber is a guy I really like from Florida. He might be gone. I'm not sure, but I like Brian Parker the second. I like Blake Miller. Those are three names that stand out to me a lot.
So I don't see Barber.
Yeah, he's probably gone. Monroe Freeling too is good, and like I said, Brian Parker the second from Duke.
So Parker is off the board, as is Freeling. So this is round 3.
Blake Miller gone too from Clemson.
Blake Miller. Let's take Blake Miller is available.
I'm a big fan of Blake Miller. Have been for the past couple of years. So
okay, so that's Danny Dennis Sutton, Michael Taft, Blake Miller, and you have one more pick.
Okay. If he's still available now, this is another luxury pick. I'm kind of trying to think outside the box a little bit, give the show a little spice to it, give myself a little spice. If he's still there, man, I'm staring at a guy. Nick Singleton, man, from Penn State. I was a big fan of him. I think he can be really special in the backfield, especially if we do lose Travis Etienne. So, Nicholas Singleton from Penn State.
He is not available.
Oh man, bummer. This is pick 100, correct?
Correct.
What about Seth McGowan? If I'm going to go running back, he's about the next running back on my board. I actually have him at a top 100 grade.
Okay,
barely.
So Katron Allen's there. That was the best running back who.
Katron Allen's there.
Yes.
Okay, well, there would be Katron Allen. I thought he would be gone. Yeah, but Katron Allen then for sure.
But it's all about where the different users of the simulator choose to draft the players.
And everybody's so different. So, yeah, I mean, Katron Allen, sure. I have Katron Allen. I like him and Nick Singleton both. But, yeah, Katron would be the choice over Seth McGowan from Kentucky.
Okay, so we're at pick 56 again. Mesidor, Miller, Sutton have been sniped before pick 56. R. Mason Thomas and Mikel Kamara are available. Xavier Harris is available. Josiah Trotter, Jacob Rodriguez are available. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Zakee Wheatley are available. D'Angelo Pons is available. Thoughts on what you're thinking?
I mean, like I said, Pons, of course, he's really high on my board, higher than everyone you just mentioned. So I would say Pons. I really would like Jacob Rodriguez. I think he would fit this program really well, especially if something happens where they can't get Devin Lloyd back in free agency. So
okay. Rodriguez is there for your 3rd round pick. Do you value him in round 2 or value him in round 3?
I value him late round 2.
Okay. So my advice would be to take him late round 2. Don't take him here, and he'll move higher up your board.
Okay.
But that's up to you. Try, like when you do one of these, I will strongly advise everybody to take the player where you value them so that they're high enough on the board.
Right.
The Jaguars would take him in that round in a month.
I mean, yeah, I would value him round 2 then. I think he'll probably will drop to round 3 realistically, but I would take him round 2. So I'll just take your advice.
Okay, so Pons you take in round 1 or round 2. Kamara is there for you at pick 81 in round 3.
Okay.
Is that where you would go? Because you haven't done an edge in this mock.
I have not done an edge in this mod.
Right,
Kamara,
because you took Pons in round 2. Yeah.
you said Kamara is still available.
Yes.
That's oh, it's got to be the guy running up, take him
Okay.
in this
So
mod.
you go D'Angelo Pons, Mikel Kamara. What else would you, what other interior linemen do you like in round 3?
Looking at my board for center, actually,
Like,
I have not.
are you round 3 on Josh Thompson? Are you round 3 on Jeremiah Wright? Are you round 3 on J.C. Davis? Are you round 3 on Bo Stevens from Iowa?
He intrigues me about round 3, but I would say 4, honestly.
Okay.
Um,
So how about Jude Bowery, Lily Fa'amo, Emil Wagner, Markel Bell, round 3?
Emil
Zeke
Wagner.
Elton.
Oh, Emil Wagner. Oh yeah, round 3.
Okay.
Let's say
So that's Hans, Kamara, Wagner. One more pick in that mock. You were looking for a running back last time.
I like the class at the top. I think there's like a huge drop off, but I do like guys like Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. Both the Penn State guys are good to me. I know Love and Coleman are long gone, and Price, Jadarian Price, I like him too. A lot
Where are
of
you
just
on Mike Washington from Arkansas?
it's not that high.
Okay. And
Um,
did you say Adam Randall from Clemson?
I didn't say him. I'm more. I like for Seth McGowan. I would say more so,
Okay.
and Jamari Taylor. Those two would fit. Kind of just being able to do a little bit of everything. Seth McGowan would be my guy at running back.
Okay. We just took Seth McGowan.
Great.
Okay. So we're in the 5th of the 8 mocks for Fanatic mode. It's getting us to the Jaguars pick at 56. And again, you're going to notice a trend. Akeem Mesidor, Kristen Miller, Danny Dennis Sutton, D'Angelo Pons, all the guys that Donovan liked originally, they're off the board.
Yeah.
So if the guys that you like are off the board, the best edges are R. Mason Thomas right now out of the guys that you liked for round 2. Jacob Rodriguez is available at pick 56.
Give me R. Mason Thomas.
Okay.
Because I have an early second on him.
Okay.
Could sneak into the late first after the combine.
Yep.
So, but right now,
and we still got 3 more to take Rodriguez. All good. So R. Mason Thomas in round 2. What would you do in round 3? So Xavier Harris is there round 3.
I'm gonna go. I would go Chris Johnson. I haven't mentioned his name, but I don't know if he's still there from San Diego State.
No, he's not there.
He's not there.
He goes top 40. Some people at Draft Professor have a round 1 on him.
That's fair. That's super fair. I would say at corner then I'm looking at a guy like Thaddeus Dixon, possibly. Maybe still there.
So Thaddeus Dixon definitely available, so he'll go at pick 81. So you do R. Mason Thomas, Thaddeus Dixon. You have 2 more picks. Is there an interior offensive lineman that you like?
Yeah, cool. Did I take Keelan Rutledge last time, or
You did, yes.
Okay.
So this is the beauty of Fanatic mode, because it's not going to let you pick a player that you already did. So
right.
If we're doing 8 mocks, are there 8 offensive linemen that you like in round 3?
There is though. I didn't take him. I don't know if he's there. Inez Cooper from Miami.
Yes, he is available.
Okay.
Love it.
Huge. Maybe the one of the biggest men in the draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So R. Mason Thomas, Thaddeus Dixon, Inez Cooper. You have one more pick in this mock.
Okay. Excuse me. Let me see.
And you had mentioned
I
safety. Like, where are you on like Zakee Wheatley? Would you take him round 3?
I do like Wheatley. I do like Wheatley. That's a good one. I was gonna say though,
Where are you on Jalen Husky?
not as high, not this high.
Okay.
Aaron Graves, I didn't mention. I know. No, that's inside defensive tackle, but
Yep.
three tech,
He's
three tech.
available.
Yeah, Aaron Graves would be a good fit for this team for sure.
Love it. Okay. So, and again, we're definitely getting a variety. This is, and I do this with fans of every team, with people that have draft boards. And the idea is every team on this simulator gets their own player board. So when you are doing a mock draft, you are mock drafting against Donovan James Jaguars board. And that's going to make mock drafting maybe a little bit more difficult. So, okay, so now we're in the 7th of the 8. R. Mason Thomas, D'Angelo Pons, Dennis Sutton, Kristen Miller, Akeem Mesidor, all sniped before you're on the board at 56. What would
Okay.
you do? Is this Jacob Rodriguez time?
This is Jacob Rodriguez time. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Jacob Rodriguez time. He just fits. He comes in day one and just immediately impact. I mean, even if he doesn't start, I mean, that's a guy, obviously a big special teamer, a character guy, big locker room guy for this team. So yeah, that's somebody again. If we're kind of like when they got Jack Kaiser last year, but he's a better player than him, but just a locker room character guy, special teams guy, hard nose, lunch pail guy. So yeah, let's get Jacob
Okay.
Rodriguez and Duval.
Okay. So we're at round 3. This is the first time that Brian Parker Jr. has fallen to round 3.
Mm. No, yeah, Brian Parker Jr. the second, then give me him. He fell.
Okay.
I don't know he fell.
Yep. Okay, so Jacob Rodriguez, Brian Parker Jr. You haven't taken an edge in this mock. Is there a 3rd round edge that you would like? Like Joshua Josephs is there, Derek Moore is there. Any
Okay.
other round 3 edges that you would consider?
Um,
Jayshon Barham is there.
I'm gonna look at some quarterbacks. I know that sounds crazy in round 3, but I just want to see what quarterbacks have been taken. Obviously, Fernando and Ty.
So Cole Payton's available, Taylon Green's available, Drew Alar, Cade Klubnik, Sawyer Robertson are all there. Nussmeier's there.
Mm, You know what, man? Carson's not there though, right?
Carson Beck is off the board. That is correct.
Drew Aller in the 3rd round, a guy
I
that's
agree.
yeah. I mean that one. I'm gonna go outside the box a little bit and go with a developmental guy, Drew
Okay.
Aller, just in case something happens to 16, which I hope not. But I think that's a guy that could develop. Doesn't have to. Obviously, not going to play right away. He's only 21. No, he's been around forever, 4-year starter, but he's still young. So let's have him develop with Liam Cohen. Be one of. Got to have a good backup. We just saw, Bo Nix go down to the playoffs, and having a guy like Stidham there trying to seal the deal, and just we know the Nick Foles stuff, Jeff Hostetler back in the day. So need a good backup. Let's go, Drew. And then value. You can develop him up, see what he's got, maybe trade him for something down the road. But yeah, let's go Drew Aller in the 3rd.
Okay. And then I missed a question in the chat 19 minutes ago. So, Anthony, if you're still with us, sorry I missed your question. What are your thoughts on Joshua Josephs?
I like Joshua Josephs. He would be a day 3 pick for me. Ton of upside. I see why people would go with him. I mean, he has 1st round talent, right? I mean, he's the way he's built, the way he looks. I mean, just he's a physical freak. I liked him coming out of high school. I covered high school football, living in the state of Georgia. He's from Cobb County, and he's sensational, man. He's really good. I'm glad he returned for his senior season. I do think that he's still a little rough around the edges, but he's around A late third, early fourth definitely doesn't go past the fifth round for sure. Could see him going up to the second, after the combine, after senior day and all that stuff. Not senior day, excuse me, senior bowl. So yeah, he's an intriguing prospect. I wouldn't draft him in the second for sure, not yet. In the third, I would be kind of skeptical on, but he's still a third round pick. Like my pick one up, my 100 pick. Picking Josephs would be great. Basically.
Okay, so you're at pick 100 now.
Oh well.
You've taken Rodriguez, Parker, and Alar. You haven't taken an edge this mock. Would Josephs
Yeah,
be taken
actually.
over?
No, I would go Joseph's. Like I just
Okay.
mentioned, he fits that mold, like kind of like the upside guy, and having having somebody behind Trayvon Walker that's pretty similar to Trayvon Walker would be kind of nice. They have some similarities for sure, so yeah, it'd be good.
Okay, so now we're in the 7th of the 8 mocks. Okay, and again, you'll notice a theme that Mesidor, Miller, Dennis Sutton, Pons, Thomas, Rodriguez all sniped before your pick at 56. So none of your second round edges are still available,
None of them.
right?
Yeah.
On the defensive line side, Xavier Harris is available. So that was somebody that you liked in round 2. On the safety side, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren is there. Any other positions that you'd want to look at here at pick 56?
Yeah, let me, because we've talked about some of the same positions. I could mix it up a little bit. I think they're, again, at receiver. Haven't talked about him. Don't know if he's still available or not, but just came out, I think today, Omar Cooper Jr. I
So
know
Cooper Jr. is off the board. You were looking for Branch before. Branch is available, as is Chris Bell.
Oh yeah, Zach Branch then. Yeah, for sure. I have
Okay.
I have a late first on Branch, so
Okay.
yeah.
So we get Branch in round 2. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren just dropped around 3. That was a player you were looking at before, but he was never available. And then Nick Singleton is also available in round 3. He wasn't available before either. So, and then you still haven't taken an edge. Like, is there a round 3 edge that you like over McNeil-Warren or Nick Singleton?
Yeah, there's another edge that hasn't been mentioned, that I do like, Caden Curry out of Ohio State. I don't know if he's available. You have to double check me on that one. But
Yep, he's here.
yeah, well, yeah, Caden Curry for sure out of Ohio State. I think.
Okay. So we do Zachariah Branch, Caden Curry. Jonah Coleman is still available mid-round 3. Max Clare is available. So there's some players dropping to round 3 that we didn't necessarily see available before. So
I would really take a strong hard look at Max Clare just because I think I like Brenton Strange a lot, but injury prone. Max Clare would be a great 2 to him, and they can do a lot of mix and match things with Max Clare and excuse me, Brenton Strange. So because we don't really have a great backup tight end. I mean, Hunter Long's there and Johnny Munt, but they're not. Max Clare's an upgrade day one, stepping in that building at tight end too. So
Zachariah Branch, Caden Curry, Max Clare, you haven't addressed offensive line yet. Is there another day 2 offensive lineman that you like?
plenty of them, man. Yeah, definitely. I can't pronounce his name from Oklahoma. Fabechi.
Fabichi Nuewu.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. See, I'm not good at pronouncing names. I don't want to butcher it. So, but you got it. That sounds like it would be 100% right. Fabechi. Yeah.
Is he really off the board?
If he's not, I got a guy right behind him that I do like.
Okay, go right ahead.
That'd be Fernando Carmona Jr. Yeah.
Okay. From Arkansas, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, Nuewu was there. I just have to learn to read. So we'll do Nuewu on this one. We might be able to get to Carmona on the next one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the 8th and final mock of the Fanatic mode that we're doing here with Donovan. And Donovan, you're like rolling with this one really good. Like it doesn't really seem like I don't want to say you're not challenged like some other people are where they like run out of players. You've got
I'm
a
starting to run
lot.
out of them now.
Well,
I was just literally thinking that in my head, like, oh man, okay, this is getting tough. Like, but it's almost over.
okay.
but but no, I really like this guard class, so it kind of works out for me that we're doing the Jags because I just really think they need a lot of guards. This guard class, there's like 15 guys like in the top like 150 players at guard.
So this one, Monroe Freeling did drop to pick 56. He was not there before.
Monroe Freeling at 56 is a steal. He's a late first round, early second
Yes,
guy.
he is.
So yeah, I mean, having him, you know, battle it out at tackle with guys like Walker Lill and Anton Harrison on the right side would be
Okay.
great.
So you get Monroe Freeling in round 2. You had stated that there was a needed edge. Is there another edge that you like in round 3 around pick 81? Like, where are you on like Gabe Akis or Derek Moore?
I was just thinking Derek Moore in my head, actually. I like another guy I like, though, excuse me, and probably a lot of people aren't super high on him, but I am. I like him. Mason Rager from Wisconsin. He should be there.
I'm hoping he's in the simulator. I don't have him in the simulator.
Okay, he was just the East West Shrine. He was dominant, man. He's
Okay.
boosting his draft stock a lot. He's gonna move up a lot. I think he's not a gonna have some crazy combine or anything, but he's a safe prospect. Probably he'll probably go day 3, but I think he can move into the third. Just when people
Okay.
get into the room with him. But if he's not there on your board, I get it. He played
Derek
at
Moore.
But yeah, I would go more than if Mason Rager's not there. And I think I'm saying his last name right, Rager from
Okay, so you have
Wisconsin.
Monroe Freeling, Derek Moore, and you're in the middle of round 3. Nick Singleton's there, Will Lee is there, Jonah Coleman is there, Xavier Harris is there. Any other positions that you'd want to go take a look at?
I would go look at safety again. Or you know what?
Zakee Wheatley is available.
Yeah, I would go look at safety because I think, like I said, at corner, especially with Travis coming back, who probably will play a lot of more corner next year. I would go safety. You know what? I like Zakee Wheatley, but I have another safety over him from the Big Ten, Lewis Moore.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
Genesis Smith is also there. But you like Lewis Moore over Genesis Smith and Zakee Wheatley?
I do like Genesis Smith's size a lot, but no, I like Lewis Moore a little bit better, little more. No pun intended.
Yep. So we have Monroe Freeling, Derek Moore, Lewis Moore, and then we have the Mr. Irrelevant of our Fanatic mode demonstration. And again, lots of great players here dropping to the end of round 3. Jonah Coleman, Chandler Rivers.
Oh, wow. Chandler Rivers. Yeah. Oh, man.
Malachi Fields, Skylar Bell are still there at the end of round 3. Jake Golday is there at the end of round 3.
I like Chandler Rivers.
Okay.
From Duke. Yeah. And a little nickel corner there. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's undersized, but I'm a fan of him.
So first of all, the grades are significantly better. If you look at like the grade on Mesidor is a B, the grade on Kristen Miller is an A, the grade on Dennis Sutton was a B, the grade on Pons is an A. And one of the things I said when we did the second round challenge is if you pick the player again, the grade's going to improve. You've already improved your grade, 20 minutes after the first mock. Okay. So let's go take a look at what Donovan just did. So we're going to do a 7-round mock for Seattle. The reason we're picking Seattle is because Seattle only has 4 draft picks, but we want to see who Jacksonville takes when we do the Seattle mock kind of thing. So we want to see, did the players that Donovan just picked get mocked to the Jaguars? So I'm getting really good at doing Seattle mocks. Okay.
I bet, yeah.
So in round 2, the Jaguars took D'Angelo Ponce. That was one of the players, and you took him twice. You took him in the 2nd round challenge and with Fanatic Mode.
I did.
Okay. Omar Cooper Jr. Okay, so then in round 3, the Jaguars took. I saw Dennis Sutton was one of the picks. So Dennis Sutton went to the Jaguars. Armaj Reed Adams went to the Jaguars. And then, the Jaguars have pick 100. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So the simulator's going through the Seahawks' next pick or their 4th pick is in round 6. So the simulator's going through doing what it does. And then we'll check to see who the Jaguars took in rounds 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and okay, so round 4. Jaguars took Blake Miller. That was a player you took?
Yep.
Round 5. They took Caden Curry.
Great.
They took Mikel Kamara.
Killing it.
Okay, and then round 6. Looking, I don't know. Did the Jaguars not have a round 6 pick?
They don't. No,
Okay,
they only have
that's
that.
all right.
They don't pick till 233 in the 7th. 2 7ths though.
Lewis Moore. See that?
Yeah.
The guys that you picked are the players that are going to the Jaguars.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, we got 2 7ths. So what's the other one?
The other one.
And there's one more. But Lewis Moore at 233 is great. As a steal. I had him as a 3rd, 4th round guy.
So I only have one Jaguar 7th round pick in the draft order. So I still I look at Tankathon. Oh, they took Seth McGowan from Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
running
another
back
guy.
Well.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, Donovan, I want to say thank you for spending an hour doing some of those mocks. So I like doing this to show everybody how the simulator works, right? So ultimately, if you do this for the Jaguars, if somebody listening goes and does this for the Jaguars, it becomes a combination of your board and theirs. Any player that you agree on is going to move up a little bit higher. And that's ultimately what the simulator is trying to do. Is if there's players people agree on for a team, they're going to tend to move up and be more likely to be drafted by that team in a specific round. So that's kind of how I designed the simulator, to make fans just have to mock draft, and you're not doing it against a static board
No,
kind of
it's a
thing.
lot. It's cooler. It's way more creative to do it that way, honestly, than having like the
Yeah,
same song and dance every mock draft board. You see the same players go at the same time. Yeah, so this is a lot different because I'm sure there's guys I have way higher and I have way lower. You know what I mean? So
correct. And the entire idea is to just make it be more random. Like, there's no such thing as making it realistic, right? So I'm always fascinated
no,
when fans say, well, whatever on the simulator isn't realistic. Well, no mock draft simulator is realistic. They're designed to be fun, not realistic.
no, I love that because I mean I've talked to so many different guys and everybody's just so different. Like, I mean, I know guys that think some guys undraftable and this guy's in the second round for me, or vice versa, or whatever. So I mean, it just depends on your flavor, what you like. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like that. It's way more that is realistic for it to be random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Donovan, do you want to take a moment, tell everybody like what social media you have, what other draft content you make, and any other podcasts that you do?
Yeah, so follow me on Twitter or X, I guess now at Don James Sports. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I'm always down to do something, man. Anybody wants me on their podcast during draft season, just give me a follow on X there. And just reach out to Jim and all these guys. I always talk to Bill Carroll, who I know you're a friend of, and Brock Vieira, all these guys are great, man. They come on the show. They do these draft shows. I'm gonna do one myself. The Don James Report, I always do one every year. I do a 7 round one. That's gonna be take a while. I'm not gonna do that yet, but probably do a first round one here. Probably next week. I would say like right before the Super Bowl would be cool, just because we know 30 teams. The draft order at this point, so that'd be cool. And then after the Senior Bowl, which I'll be at in Mobile. So after that, we'll just take some notes down. East West Shrines going on, Hula Bowl, all these games. So get our draft notes and boards organized, and we'll have at it for sure. So I appreciate you guys, though. Again, just follow me on X. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, again, loved having you on.
Yeah,
For
thank you.
everybody watching, if you want to do what Donovan just did, you need to get a hold of me at the Draft Professor page, which is at NFL Draft Fanatic, no I in Fanatic. And if you want to come on and do one of these for your team, I am trying to schedule as many of these as I can, so that when you're using the simulator, you're mock drafting against what at least one person thinks their team will do. So if you're a Jaguars fan, you want to come on and either talk with Donovan while you make your picks or just make your picks yourself, I can set podcasts like this up with one or more people very easily. You just need to contact me. In addition, every Friday night, Draft Professor does a 3-round, 32-person mock. So if you want to pick for the Jaguars or any other team, go to the Draft Professor Twitter page, find the pinned post, and sign up. So the sign up for Friday's mock are already there. The podcast will feature Clint and EJ on the podcast. Everybody else is drafting from the chat. So when you're on the clock, you enter your pick in. If somebody sniped your player, be sure to let them know in the chat that you wanted that player. And that's kind of what makes our mock draft community function. But the 32-person mocks on Friday are always Draft Professor's most watched podcasts of the week. They're a lot of fun. So if you have a chance to participate with us, we would truly appreciate that. For Donovan, for myself, for the 110 people at the Draft Professor, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your Monday night, and we will see you on a podcast again tomorrow. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thanks.